Generational differences are really important and they're impacting us in the workplace today. But what's key is realizing that generational differences have existed since there have been different generations. So there's this wonderful quote between Socrates and Plato, and they both kind of claim this quote somewhere throughout history, but it comes from one of the two of them. And we're talking about 400 BC, where they talk about the young people of today think of nothing but themselves. They're impatient of all restraint. What passes for wisdom with us is foolishness with them. So if you think about that, that describes how every generation has looked at the next generation and thought that very same thing. So generational differences are not all that new, but what is new for us is this demographic shift. We're seeing a really large demographic shift between baby boomers in particular and the millennial generation. So Harvard Business Review talks about the shift between 2010 and 2015. In 2010, there is 35% of the workforce being baby boomers, and by the end of 2015, that's down to 18% of our workforce being baby boomers. Same shift is happening for millennials, but in 2010, they're at 27%, and by the end of 2015, they're 47% of our workforce. So the reality is, almost half of our workforce is going to be under the age of 33 by the end of 2015. That's a huge shift for us as organizations when we think about the differences and the different desires, the different pieces that the different generations want. And millennials are coming in with about 80 million strong into this generational piece. So they're stepping in and they really have a supply and demand market because they're coming in and saying, you're losing half your workforce. We are the ones filling it. We have that opportunity then to say, actually, I'd like some flexible schedules. Actually, I'd like more vacation time. Oh, are you an organization that serves the community? That's really important to me. So the things that they're bringing into the generation don't really stem necessarily from a new concept, but because of the sheer demographic piece right now, that's why this is significant. That's why it's hitting our organizations so hard.